Welcome to BookShortz, your dark little corner of YouTube where books bite back and stories don't just live in pages, they pull you in and don't let go. If you love tales that are twisted, haunting, and dripping with danger, you're in the right place today. We're diving into a seductive supernatural descent with Her Soul to Take by Harley LaRoux. A story where demons don't just lurk in the shadows, they wait for you to want them. This isn't your typical romance, this is possession. Obsession and power wrapped in heat and horror. And trust me, you're going to want to hear every wicked word, but before we summon the story, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a book that comes with claws, fangs, or fire, because here on BookShortz we don't just read, we descend. Now let's open the door to Blackmoor. Welcome to the dark corners of love where pleasure meets the paranormal and the line between salvation and damnation is drawn in blood. This is not a love story. This is a story of what happens when you dance with demons and don't care if you get burned. This is the story of Her Soul to Take by Harley LaRoux. In the town of Blackmoor, nothing is ever just what it seems. The air is thick with secrets and whispers clawing at your skin when you walk too close to the shadows. This place doesn't just harbor darkness, it invites it in and throws the door wide open. That's exactly what Ray unwittingly does when she returns to this cursed town, a college dropout with a taste for the paranormal and a camera in hand. She isn't here just to escape her past. She's here to chase the stories that live and breathe in Blackmoor's haunted woods. Ray doesn't believe in ghosts, at least not the kind that can touch you until she meets one that absolutely can. She's a paranormal blogger with a sarcastic streak and a reckless curiosity drawn to the stories most people pretend aren't true. There are rumors of disappearances, occult rituals, and creatures that live just beyond the veil. But Ray doesn't just want to write about them. She wants to find them, prove they exist, film them if she can. That hunger for truth is what leads her into the forest, and straight into a nightmare that wears a beautiful face and an even more dangerous smile. Leon is not what he seems. He's not just the tattooed, enigmatic stranger with eyes like the void. He's not just another hot bad boy who seems to know more than he should. No, Leon is a demon bound to this world by a blood pact and a purpose he doesn't want but can't escape. A creature of lust, violence, and ancient power. He's been waiting for someone like Ray, someone with a soul that sings to his darkness. And when she walks into his forest, he feels it instantly. She belongs to him. Only Ray doesn't go down easy. What unfolds between them is a slow, relentless burn, a tug of war between obsession and consent, between the dark thrill of surrender and the fierce fire of autonomy. Ray wants Leon, but she wants to want him on her terms. She refuses to be another girl, lost to the town's hungry shadows. She pushes back with every ounce of her will, and in doing so, she becomes something. More than pray Leon should destroy her, it would be easy. He's done it before. One touch, one whispered word, and souls shatter beneath his hands. But Ray is different. She stirs something in him that's been buried for centuries. Desire? Yes. But also defiance, guilt. Longing for something he was never meant to have. She makes him remember what it's like to want, rather than just take. Blackmoor's darkness is not just in the woods, or in the things that creep at night. It lives in its people, in the covens that worship ancient gods, in the secret societies who treat summoning rituals like frat parties and blood like currency. The Kruer Society is one such group, a circle of elite occultists who will do anything to control the power they think they deserve. They are the reason Leon is here, the reason other demons prowl the borders between worlds, and they want Ray. They want her not because she's a girl with a camera and a backbone, but because her blood is different. Ray is a vessel, a rare human who can bind a demon not just to a body, but to her soul. They want to use her as a sacrifice, a tool, a weapon, but Leon won't allow it. She is his now, and nothing touches what belongs to him. The book dives deep into kink and power and autonomy. It doesn't shy away from the raw, the brutal, the unfiltered. There are scenes that will make your pulse race, and others that will make you question who you are for loving them. It's a wild mix of fear and arousal of love that tastes like poison and feels like fire. And yet, beneath the wicked games and violent passion, there is something tender. Ray and Leon do fall in love, but not in the way you'd expect. There are no grand gestures or soft declarations. This is love that's carved into bone, whispered in dark languages, and sealed with blood. It's the kind of love that dares you to look into the abyss and smile back. Harley LaRoux doesn't just write erotica, she writes characters who bleed, who fight, who rise. Ray is not a damsel and Leon is not a hero. They are flawed, stubborn, and often dangerous, but you root for them because they are trying to forge something real in a world built on lies and magic and death. The world building is thick and gothic, soaked in atmosphere. Every detail from the mist curling around Ray's ankles in the woods to the rituals lit by candlelight and screamed Latin carries weight and dread. You feel the town watching. You feel the pages breathing. You start to wonder if maybe your own shadows aren't quite as empty as they used to be. As Ray uncovers the truth about her own lineage, the story begins to twist in ways you won't see coming. The humans are often more monstrous than the demons, and sometimes damnation is a mercy. The stakes grow higher as the lines between hunter and hunted blur. As Ray and Leon battle for survival and freedom, they also battle the most terrifying force of all, what it means to give yourself completely to another soul. This is not a fairy tale. This is not a story where the girl tames the beast and they ride off into the light. This is a story about choosing the dark and finding beauty in the broken. There's violence and there's tenderness, there's seduction and survival. There's fear and love and power and pain, and none of it is neatly packaged or resolved, because that's the point. The monster doesn't stop being a monster, but sometimes the girl doesn't want him to. In the end, Ray doesn't need saving. She becomes something far more dangerous. She becomes willing to bleed, willing to burn, willing to love a creature born of darkness because he sees her for what she truly is. Not fragile, not pure, not good, but strong. This is a book that doesn't ask for permission. It grabs you, drags you down, and dares you to beg for more. And when you finish, her soul to take you won't walk into the woods the same way again, because now you know there's something in there, and maybe you want it to find you. If you want to listen full audiobook for free, link in description.